let's begin with the impact of an exclusive India Today news break. BJP MP Kirit Somaiya has reacted on the naval tanker deal that India Today exposed. Now, Kirit Somaiya has said that he will raise the issue with the Public Accounts Committee, which is responsible for auditing of revenue and expenditure of the Government of India. He also added that he will write to Defence Minister Manohar Parikkar regarding irregularities in this deal. Let's listen in to what Kirit Somaiya had to say.
Now we have been joined by BJP MP Kirit Somaiya. Sir, you have always raised your voice against irregularities, corruption, scams. So after this CAG report, what is your initial reaction on this story that the tankers which Navy got, they were not as per the requirement of a Navy?
The Public Account Committee just a couple of weeks back has formed a new committee. Next week we are going to have a meeting to select the subject. And I will certainly take up this issue, this CAG report in PAC, that on the face of it, we find it the steel which was required for such type of ship is not used. The inferior quality of steel was used, which is in a way indirectly connected with an Italian company. And the result, the ship is not able to perform the manner in which it was expected. I am also writing to Defence Minister, is there anything went wrong? What went wrong? The inquiry must be conducted.
So, regarding this, only my second question is that Congress is alleging that only Italy connection is getting under scanner or it is getting probed. Why is it so? Do you feel that it is a witch hunt?
I will appreciate Congress. Their observation also must be taken a note. At present, all these Italian company scams coming out. If Congress have further information about their scams with other countries, foreign companies, let Anand Sharma give to Somaiya list of those companies. I will see that PAC, CAG, Defence Ministry also take up those scams.
So we have seen that many times you have written it to CBI also regarding many cases, whether it's a Bhujbal case or whether it's Ajit Pawar case or any other case in Maharashtra also. So will you be writing a letter to CBI or you will be directly speaking to MOD?
As I told, I am going to take up this issue in Public Account Committee simultaneously with the Defence Ministry. On both the issue, on this issue I will pursue with the both.
So last question would like to ask you, do you see any kind of connection between the Fin Mechanica and Fin Cantaria who is involved in this thing?
That is the duty. After first response from these two agencies, then we will have to pursue this with ED or CVC or maybe CBI.
Okay, so Kirit Somaiya there, of course, claiming that he will raise this issue with every, in fact, scrutinizing body. Also, former admirals are raising red flags and seeking a thorough probe of the case.
An important point which we discovered that the acceptance of the certification of the ship was done under the what is called an RINA standard, which is much closer to the Indian Register of Shipping and not as per the Lloyd's shipping registration.
For the layman, what is the difference if a ship manufactured by Italy is registered or vetted by a firm in Italy and not by Lloyd's of UK?
It should be avoided. You cannot be an examinee and the examiner, for anything, and so is it for a ship or a machine.
Another thing which I tend to absolutely agree with Admiral Shekhar Sinha, in this case, the designer I believe was Italian, the classification society which approved the design was Italian, and the shipyard was Italian. So all in all, though there are 10,000 merchant ships or more sailing with merchant ship steel and not sinking every day, but this particular case, there's no harm taking a look at it.
I have never come across a warship made of commercial grade steel. I don't know whether the condition was deliberately relaxed because it happened to be a tanker. And in that sense, it wasn't a regular warship. But if the RFP particularly specifies the military grade steel, then there is no business for commercial grade steel to be used. It should be investigated. I mean, there must be. I can't believe that the people in authority would have deliberately allowed military grade steel to be downgraded to commercial steel without giving reasons as to why that qualification has been downgraded.
And let's get in a word from Gaurav Sawant, our senior news editor, who got us this news break and where reactions have been pouring in. Gaurav, you know, who would have been really the decision makers in this case if we are looking at technical alterations in serious nature, the ones that you're pointing out? Would these really be bureaucrats? Would these be army personnel, or would these be netas? Take us through, you know, who would perhaps be the decision makers if this was done indeed?
This would be a matter of investigation, but the timing is very curious because all of these deals were happening around the same time, whether it was with Augusta Westland, whether with Finmeccanica or with Fincantieri. Navy set some parameters for the purchase of these ships. The Ministry of Defence and the Navy, the bureaucrats and the naval officers sit together for it to move forward. This Controller and Auditor General pointed out certain irregularities on the use of what the CAG says is inferior quality steel. But you also have former top admirals, including Vice Admiral Shekhar Sinha, who say that they raised the red flag while still in service in the year 2014. The big question remains, what happened when these red flags were raised? And once again, today, these red flags are being raised. You have 3 admirals who are coming on record to say that this deal needs to be probed.
Right.
Not just in terms of the steel that was used, but also in terms of change in RFP conditions and subsequently the events that have followed.
Of course, recently Defence Minister Manohar Parikkar had suggested in Parliament that some of the previous UPA deals would be under the scanner. But clearly this is one of those deals, as Gaurav Sawant has been bringing that report to us, that needs a deeper probing. Many thanks, Gaurav Sawant, for joining us.